Hello Processwire friends. I'm trying with this video to explain my setup for Tailwind CSS. Excuse me for my lack of English, but I'm not really used to speak with it, so sorry. Okay, let's start. This is a blank Processwire site. It's a fresh installation, as you can see, nothing special. We're just going to create 3 or 4 files, nothing really complicated. The first one is the package.json. You have to have npm install. If you are not sure, you can check your version and node 2. Mine is perfectly fine. I don't know which version is the latest, but you can check by yourself. Okay, so package.json. As you can see, I have a lot of imports. They are not really necessary for a basic setup of Tailwind, but I prefer to use them because they reflect best my setup. Those are the ones that are optional. Is PostCSS comment, import nested and preset env. They mimic my SCSS setup, so I'm really used to use them. And then you have to install PostCSS purge CSS, autoprefixer, even though it's not so necessary because preset env have already inside it. Cross env, CSS nano, PostCSS, and Tailwind CSS. You can copy-paste these values because I'm going to leave the link below the video on the forum. Those scripts, we will look at them later. So, once you have wrote these files, you can go and do an npm install or npmi for brevity. Okay, once you do that, you can see a new node module for the folder created for you. So the other file to create is this one, postcss.config.js. This file has this object of component of plugin, I should say. This parser, PostCSS comment, import Tailwind CSS, PostCSS nested, autoprefixer, and this last line is for using purge CSS and CSS nano only in production environment. At the top there is this constant where we require purge CSS from the node modules. Inside this array you can have as many directory to watch from to purge. In this case there is just one because it's a blank project, but once once it grows you can add other directories in here. This one is looking for the template as root and all the PHP files. This other array is for whitelist pattern. I'm not really using anymore because I'm using another approach which I will go into to show you. And this is the default extractor, the regular expression purge CSS used to minify and purge your files. In here we are requiring the CSS nano that we will use in production. Okay, so remember to use other directories if your structure is different than mine. Okay, so let's look at the third file you have to create. Is this one, tailwind.config.js. This one came from another project of mine, so it's filled up with other values. Yours will be, of course, different. The one thing I always put at the top is this statement, important false, because I've noticed that without it, a Tailwind will suffix all your selectors, all your CSS selectors with an exclamation mark important rule. It's kind of ugly, so I've put it in here. Also, this purge false, because as I've already said, I prefer to have the purge inside the dedicated file, dark false, etc. The interesting things come inside this theme object, and more specifically inside the extend object, where you can extend the Tailwind declaration with other values. In this case, I've used a 72 value for a 30 RAM margin, negative Z index, etc. These are my settings for the breakpoints. Yours should be different. You don't have to have these values for your project. I prefer to use a desktop first approach, so I've defined the ratio for every breakpoint, but if you don't like to use this strategy, this could be also absent or empty. Other key value pairs for font family, font sizes, colors, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so now we can start to look at these scripts inside the package.json. The first one is the one you should kick off when you put up for the first time Tailwind CSS. And in particular, this script says to use as the entry point the main.css files inside the styles folder. As you can see, this is the default main CSS which comes from the blank profile of Processwire, in which I've copy-pasted these three import, ones for the base and components and utilities. And the output would be this.css inside the distribution folder of styles. So let's create it right now. Distribution folder and the this.css file. Okay. So the other one is the watch file, the watch script, which of course watches your main CSS and output in the distribution CSS. And the third one is for the build process, where our cross-env scripts switch the environment from development to production, and post-CSS translate with all the rules we've set inside this file from main CSS to our distribution CSS. Okay, so let's start with an npm start. One thing that I didn't said is that I'm using this compatibility build of Tailwind, which is the 2.1.0. This is it because I am using those plugins. As I've already said, if you don't need this plugin, you can use the latest build, but this one, the compatibility build, is the same as the latest one. It misses a couple of features, but it's not really a big deal. Okay, so we can launch our live reload. I'm using a live reload plugin for VS Code and also a live reload plugin for Chrome in this case. This is disabled because I've already enabled before, and I'm enabling it again. Okay, so first thing first, let's start a watch script. So npm npm run watch. Okay, as you can see, it's watching our files. The first thing we have to do is go in the basic page and of course link our distribution file in here. So slash dist slash dist.css. Okay, I'm going to save it. Alright, as you can see, our distribution file is filled with all the Tailwind declaration. That's why it's huge. It's 3.6 megabyte right now. But as you can see, it's working. The size has changed, so we can start to play a bit before show you the purge example. So we can create I don't know, a section with a class of with full and an H screen. Screen could be flex, items center, justify center. Those are all the classes you should learn and look at the documentation of Tailwind. I have the CSS IntelliSense. It works with Tailwind, but right now it is disabled because it's kind of slow at startup time, because it has to parse all the Tailwind classes. So in here I'm not using it, but if you have it, you can use it. And the VG of yellow. I'm using yellow because I know I have this kind of naming convention inside my color objects. As you can see, I got a yellow. If you don't know how I wrote these pairs, I'm using a site that is called the Tailwind Shades. It's kind of handy because you can input your XML code for your colors, or choose a default one, and it will give it to you these handy objects which you can paste inside your project. Okay, so let's save it, and as you can see, I've got my section with all the classes added. You can then start whatever, which one, hello, Processwire, and it's working. The last, no, that's not the last, but one thing that I want to show you is the ability with this setup to import your custom CSS. It is good practice to import your CSS before the utilities. That's because those two base and component have to come first, and the utilities should be leave at the bottom after your custom declarations. So import, let's say site wide.css. Now will we say, oh, let's pay attention, it doesn't exist. Okay, let's create it right now. Site wide.css. Okay, and just to prove that it works, I'm going to create my custom class. Let's create it, let's call it my class, I don't know, and I just don't remember, underscore, my class would be color hot purple, who knows. Okay, I have my class, color purple, sitewide.css, sitewide.css, it is importing correctly, sitewide.css, yes, why it's not working, let's find out, npm run watch. Okay, it's not working. Okay. Or you can say, I don't know, font weight. Those are stupid classes, of course, because this font weight and color, you can obtain it with the CSS classes. You can use font bold in here and strip out this from here and use font bold. And font bold, it is a font weight 700. So these custom rules are useful when you have to use, I don't know, let's say pseudo selectors, which are not part of Tailwind CSS, or you have to place your items, let's say with a top declaration of minus 23 pixels, some really specific values. So you have to write for yourself. Okay, let's say that I have a pseudo selector, and after I say content is the Processwire friends. Okay, and yeah, this is our marvelous site, and we're ready to go and build for production. So let's stop our watch script and do our build. Right now, if you watch at the distribution package is 3.8 megabyte. Let's see what we get once we purge these files. So do an npm run build. Let's wait for some second. Okay, as you can see, nothing has changed, but if you look at the dimension of your distribution CSS, it's of course almost inexistent. Of course, I know there is any CSS at all. Let's save it because I have prettier enabled. Those are some basic styles that Tailwind will retain, and as I said, it's just normalize reset CSS declarations. The one that we've used are, as you can see, flex, item center, justify center, font bold, a screen, and a few other keyframes. There is a way to remove them also. I've read something in the documentation, but I didn't investigate it further. So if you want to know how to strip also these few keyframes, feel free to do so. Okay, I don't know what else. I think I had covered the basic. As always, Processwire is decoupled from any front-end strategies, so this guide, if you find it useful, you can adapt to every other development strategies or CMS or whatever you want. Okay, if you have any question, feel free to ask me on the forum, and in the meantime, I say goodbye.